I'm Mike Dunn, CEO of Sherman & Reilly. You know, we've been around 85 years and building the finest equipment in the industry. And it was once said that Sherman & Reilly is best known for distribution equipment. We made a decision a few years ago that it was time to move into transmission equipment and to do it right. We'd seen that for 50 years, really nothing much had changed here in the United States in terms of transmission equipment. We made a decision, we moved forward, and I'm here today to show you the fruits of our labors. You know, it's been said for years that Sherman & Reilly set the standard in terms of distribution equipment. And I'm here to show you that we not only set the standard in distribution equipment, but we're here to set it in transmission as well. Flanked on either side of me are two of our new pieces of transmission class equipment. The PTR 7230, which is a 30,000 pound puller, tensioner, and reconductor, and the T7212, which is a 12,000 pound dual bull wheel tensioner. And both of these units contain the most advanced technology in the world. We've partnered with really the industry leader in Europe, ZEC, to work with us in creating the most advanced solution available in the market. So what we have here are computer-controlled, digitally controlled units. We have the most advanced hydraulics and bull wheel tension capability, and the combination, we think, will really set a new standard in terms of the transmission market today. You know, we're excited about this because we've partnered with a company called ZEC, which is really a world leader in the development of puller and tensioner control technology and hydraulics, and we've merged it with all of our design and engineering experience in building the finest equipment in the world. And what we've ended up with here is, we think, the most sophisticated and advanced piece of pulling and tensioning equipment available in the market. Over here is a sister unit. This is the 7212. This is a 12,000 pound dual bull wheel tensioner. It contains all of the same technology and advancements that we've incorporated in the 7230. And in a few minutes, I'm going to have Stephen Forrester, who is our head of transmission, talk specifically about many of the details on this unit. So I welcome your interest, welcome your questions, and welcome to the next chapter of Sherman & Reilly.
Hi, I'm Stephen Forrester with Sherman & Reilly, here to talk to you a little bit today about our new piece of transmission equipment. We've got a couple of them that are coming out, and this is the first one that I want to talk to you about today. This is our 7212. It is a two-bundle tensioner, 72-inch diameter bull wheels with full electronic and digital controls. As you can see, we've got our safe zone cab. It's got full environmental heating and air conditioner with full functionality and controls of the unit from inside the cab. The unique thing about this tensioner is you actually have the digital controls, which shows you the tension forces on the conductor. You don't have to guess with it with your PSI adjustments and levers and pulling all this stuff. It actually shows you right up on the monitor digitally what the tension forces are on each of those conductors. Now, this is a two-bundle tensioner, as I just said, but you can actually use it for single conductor or bundle conductor. You can marry up to 3 of these units together and actually do up to 6 bundles by tethering the units together. If you do that, you only have one operator in this unit. This would become the master, and the subsequent other 2 units would be the slaves. This functionality of this unit is pretty unique. It's got a synchronization of the conductor, which means when you're up in the cab and you go to synchro mode and tension, it actually synchronizes both subconductors to make sure that they see the exact same tension history on each pull. Another unique feature of this tensioner is the ability and how the reel stands interact with the tensioner. You have the ability that if you wanted to, you could reeve the conductors from the front here and have your reel stands back there, or as you can see, the fair leads back here in the back. If you chose to, you could reeve the conductor from the back, coming through these fairleads, through the bull wheels like that. Now we have PTOs set up on the front and the back so that the hydraulic hoses can be hooked up from either direction. One of the unique features about this unit is how the reel stands interact with the tensioner itself. They are hooked up hydraulically and they are synchronized with the tensioner. Now, the reel stands themselves are dumb. The smarts are in the tensioner. When you use this piece of equipment, you can control the reel stand tailing tension from inside that cab. And once you get set up and your pull is going, they interact together, and the speed at which the bull wheels are turning and are feeding the conductor out to that first structure is the same speed that the hydraulics are telling the reel stands to feed the conductor into the tensioner. When the puller stops, this tensioner stops. When this tensioner stops, those reel stands automatically stop. So the reel stands work together in conjunction with the tensioner. You can control everything, as we talked about before, from inside the cab. Now, right now it's a little chilly out here today, so it'd be nice to be inside that cab and have the heat on. So that's part of the ergonomic design of the cab in and of itself. It's got air conditioning and heat so that you are always thinking about the most important job as the operator of this unit, which is the conductor being erected into the air and not necessarily worrying about your cold or your hot or anything else. So we spent a lot of time designing the cab. We feel like it gives the operator the best environment to work in. It's comfortable, it's safe, and we feel like those are two main qualities of a piece of equipment should have in the transmission market. It's Stephen Forrester coming to you live from inside the cab of the 7212, and just wanted to spend a few minutes with you and get you kind of intimate with the control panel inside of the unit. Now, as you can see here, you have full functionality inside this cab, and on the control panel you have a large HD color monitor here that would show you everything you would need to know about the a piece of equipment, from the tension forces that are being applied to each of the conductors, from the diagnostics of the unit to fuel, temperature gauges, all that stuff and functionality is right there on that fully color HD monitor. You've got bull wheel 1 controls right here, bull wheel 2 controls right here, your button selectors from whether you're selecting pull mode or tension mode. You have your modes right here, which you're in tension mode or sync mode. As we talked about, this unit has the ability to sync each of those subconductors to make sure that they see the exact same tension history, so that's where you would do that. You have all of your jack controls right here, all your engine controls right here. So everything, all functionality and everything on this unit is within arm's reach of the operator sitting in the seat that I'm sitting in right now inside the cab. On the left-hand side over here is where you have your reel stand controls. You can see these 4 knobs here. As we talked about earlier, all you're really doing with those is setting the pressure for the tailing tension, and you want to get as little pressure as possible to basically keep that conductor up off the ground and have just a little bit of tailing tension on that as it leaves the reel stand and enters the bull wheel. So from inside the cab here, you have all the functionality of the unit. There's no reason that once you're in here you would need to get out, and we feel like that the time we've taken to designing the cab, the control panel, and the ergonomics of it, we feel like it's going to be very beneficial for the operator when they're in use. So just wanted to spend a few minutes with you to get you up close and personal with the control panel inside Sherman+Reilly's new 7212. We'll be seeing you soon. Thanks. Coming to you on top of our new transmission class 30,000 pound puller. It's our PTR 7230, 48-foot fifth wheel trailer. Pretty typical for the transmission market when you get up to equipment of this size. We understand that the footprint for this piece of equipment may or may not meet the needs of all of our customers. So what we have done is come up with a 2-piece version of this exact setup. It's basically, think of it from here back would be one piece that would be set up on a 34-foot fifth wheel, and then you would have a second piece of equipment that would hold your drum, your level wind, and the integration of your conductor reels or reconductoring reels. If the footprint becomes a problem for you, this 2-piece version allows you the same functionality, same controls, all the benefits of the 7230 as a single unit, but it gives you the flexibility and a smaller footprint for your terrain and whatever job that you have to have two pieces to take to the job site rather than one big piece. So just another way Sherman & Riley is trying to become more flexible and come into the marketplace and give you whatever you need to help you do your job better. Hi, this is Stephen Forrester again with Sherman & Riley, coming to you live from inside one of our Safe Zone cabs. I am up on the our new puller tensioner, the 7230, inside the cab. As you can see here, this is the control panel that the operator would use inside the cab, and you have full functionality of this unit inside this cab, from the jack controls, plow controls, to raising and lowering the drum roller up there. You can obviously have engine controls here. You can see here is the full HD color monitor that gives you all the specifics of this piece of equipment, from pulling tension, diagnostics of the unit, from temperature, water level, engine, all that kind of stuff. Here is the joystick to control the pulling and tensioning mode of the unit. You can see here the buttons that you choose to whether you're going to be in tension mode or pull mode. You have nice windshield wiper control here, and then the functionality here of a separate reel stand if you were using it for tension modes for extremely large conductor. But as you can see, we are inside the cab. It's very comfortable, very spacious. You got a nice ergonomic seat here. This cab is full environmental heating and air. That we have the vents up here that we could turn on, so on an extremely cold day, the operator is still comfortable by turning the heat on. And even in the middle of the summer on an extremely hot day, the operator is still comfortable by turning the air conditioning on. We feel like it's very important for the operator to be comfortable, not only from a ergonomic perspective of the seat and the control panel, but also from a temperature perspective. That way, the operator is concerned about one thing and one thing only, and that's the job at hand, putting the conductor in the air. They're not worried about how cold they are, how hot they are, their back's hurting, their legs hurting, because they're not in a comfortable position. You have very good sight lines here in the cab, from 360 degrees up, back behind you, side to side. So anything and everything that's going on in this pull, you are aware of inside this cab. So just a brief explanation and get you guys inside the cab a little bit and let you see kind of what we're taking to the marketplace. And we feel like this cab's going to really do wonders for the transmission markets. Another one of the unique features about this 7230 is the way that we have designed the jacks. As you can see here, the rear jacks are deployed, and they're unique in the fact that they're not just the normal vertical jacks that you see on a lot of construction equipment. The way that these jacks are designed is they serve two purposes. Obviously, they serve the purpose and functionality of a typical jack, that to raise and lower the unit and to level it depending on the terrain. But as you can see, the angle of these jacks is such that it also works as what we call here at Sherman & Riley the snowplow effect, that it actually kind of braces the unit, and as the pulling forces, the tensioning forces naturally want the unit to move towards that first structure, this acts as an anchor point and kind of digs down into the ground, and it gives it extra stability and such that it stabilizes the unit and has multiple or dual functionality as jacks and what we call the snowplow. So as you can see here, they're deployed down, and gives the unit just a little bit more stability than it normally would have.